Hey guys, Tyler Mahoney here with TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com. I am very fortunate to be standing next to, I guess you called the Bob father of the fishing websites here in the Ozarks. Bass and Bob Bueltmann, and he's been doing that for years and helped me get started with TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com. He was here fishing the BFL on Truman Lake out of Sterett Creek Marina. And what's today, the 12th? Today, September 12th?
Yeah, 12th.
And I was going to have him kind of fill us in on his day, where he was focusing on, what his pattern was, and kind of get into it. So.
Sure, Tyler. First of all, thanks for having me on, and I appreciate your signing on with Fish Intel for Truman Lake Fishing Intel. So any of you out there that are Bass and Bob members and aren't aware of this, is that Tyler licensed our software platform, the Bass and Bob software platform. We market that under the brand Fish Intel.
Yep.
And it's got the exact same look and feel and function of Bass and Bob, only it's all tailored towards Truman Lake.
Truman Lake.
The upper end of the upper end of the
Ozarks,
Lake of the Ozarks. So same look and feel.
Yep.
TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com.
Yep.
He's doing fantastic. Lots of great content already on his site, fishing reports and videos and all that type of stuff. So Tyler's a go-getter. So check it out. So I'll just tell you in a thumbnail, I started practicing Wednesday afternoon with one of my buddies who fished as a co-angler, and we were fishing mostly around trees and that type of thing with chunk rock bank stuff. And what we started noticing, we're fishing the trees, right? Throwing it to trees because obviously it's cover and the bass like cover. And we started kind of throwing it at the bank. And the trees didn't really even seem to matter. I mean, these fish were super shallow. I mean, almost to the point where you throw your bait up onto the bank and drag it into the water.
Yeah.
Not literally that,
Yeah.
but they were just super shallow, whether the trees were there or weren't there. Another buddy of mine that fished and caught a limit yesterday, practicing, did the same thing. We didn't even know.
Yeah.
And with no trees, just getting on open banks with around points and secondary points with chunk rock. Chunk rock was important. And they just winging a square bill and catching them. Now today, I was winging a square bill quite a bit in the first hour and a half and wasn't really catching them. Yesterday in practice, I caught fish, again, around the trees, mostly around points or secondary points, on a crocodile shaky head with a cut tail worm. And so I pulled that out about, 8:30 or so, and started fishing with that, and had three keepers. By 9:15.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
that's a good spot to be in.
It's the spot's good. The bait fish were there. It was kind of more towards the back of a creek, but it still had that chunk rock. Yeah. Still had that chunk rock, and those fish were really close to the bank. Now a couple of them did come off of shallow trees. Yeah. I thought, well, the game on, 9:15, got three. And so ran the rest of my milk run, caught a lot of fish, all the same on shaky head worm, and just really couldn't do that great. And then at the very end of the day, you guys will laugh at this. So when you're at the end of the day on some of these tournaments, you kind of get back to where your takeoff is, so you got time, so you're not late getting in. So I ended up kind of around the dam. It was pretty close to a little, 5-10 minute run. And just about out of time, and it's like I ended up on a freaking bluff. Yeah. Like, what am I doing on a bluff? I'm in practice bluff, not the bluff. Yeah. Throw out there, just throwing parallel to the bluff, with that cut tail worm, and all of a sudden, boom. No, that's a good one. I thought this would be the right kind. It's like I thought maybe a drum or a catfish. It was pulling hard. This is my best fish of the day, 3.5 pounder. So I came up one fish short, but had a great time. Truman's an awesome fishery. Fishing really good. I did fish some brush piles towards the end of the day. Didn't get bit in brush, but in practice I did catch a 4-pounder out of the brush pile again. No trees, just right inside of a main lake point, by the dam.
Now, did you have any action on the top water during practice or today?
We did. I didn't throw it a lot. Yesterday I committed to it for about an hour. I caught a couple of shorts and a couple of good ones that blew up. That was on a 6 cents walking stick bait. I had a couple of good blow-ups, and so I felt pretty confident. And I threw it pretty much today. Not a lot today. I was just really on that worm today. Yeah. My co-angler, he caught some on a spook, and so top water bite. Nothing on the buzzbait. I threw the buzzbait a lot in practice, and I know that's kind of what I think guys may be catching some on right now, but I wasn't catching. But you know, it was mostly throwing the spook around certain trees, big alpha trees.
Sure. Now you were on the lower lake a little bit. Did you find that the bite was pretty good in any particular arm?
Well, I fished the majority of the tournament and spent most of my time in practice in the green.
Yeah.
And so it was fishing trees. Oh, you know, there's several sets of trees in the Grand, and I don't know what the names of your coves are. I know the names at Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
Kind of where that marina, there's a big marina in there, on the right hand side.
There's Long Shoal, and then Bucksaw up on the right hand side.
From about Long Shoal, and then and then maybe about 10 more miles.
Yep.
And just kind of pulling over places that looked like it had trees, looked like it had the right kind of rock, looked like it was on Main Lake Point or Secondary Point. So it was that type of stuff, and that's so I fished the Grand almost the entire time until the very end when I fished around
down the dam. Yeah. Well, that's a pretty awesome fishing report, and glad to have you down here on Truman. You got a big tournament tomorrow too.
Yeah, out of the lower end. So, or I'm sorry, out of the upper river. We go out of Drake Harbor tomorrow, and my game plan there is, there's guys that I know the other part of the lake a whole lot better than I know that part of the lake, but I have fished it before. One thing, like you guys here at Truman Lake, you can see the trees, and if you guys can catch them if they're in trees, you can catch them in trees, right? I know on Lake of the Ozarks, there's docks everywhere, right? And I know I can catch them on docks, right? So and you can visually see them, right? Yep. So I'm probably going to be fishing that worm and maybe some kind of creature bait, like a missile D-bomb or something like that. Flipping around docks. Yeah, absolutely. Flipping shade. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow. I hope it is, because that'll usually get those fish in the shade and underneath those docks. And that's what I'm hoping for, because that's my game plan.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck tomorrow. This video is going to be available for everybody. It's going to be on Facebook, it's going to be on the website. But for more exclusive information like this from our Truman Lake experts, go to TrumanLakeFishingIntel.com. There's free memberships, there's paid memberships, and there is something there for everybody. And you're going to learn everything that's specific to Truman Lake. So encourage you to check it out, and we'll look forward to catching you guys on the next one. Take care.
Thank you, Tyler.